Hello and welcome everyone to Arch's first Minecraft video. This is the first YouTube video I've ever submitted, so bear with me if I mess up a little bit. This video is going to be based around the idea of survival in Minecraft. This is of course up to date. What I'm going to show you first is simply how to survive. I'll get into the more in-depth details of the game later on. Once I make a follow-up video to this. This first one will be primarily focused on just keeping yourself alive in the beginning. When you first start off, the game is going to start you in the morning, so what you need to do is you actually need to gather some building material. Dirt might not seem like a lot, but in this sort of game, you need it. Primarily because of the fact that you only have a certain amount of time in order to build yourself a shelter and get yourself situated before it becomes nighttime. When nighttime hits, that's when the creatures are going to start coming out, and if you aren't in a safe shelter, you're going to die. Just going to gather up a bunch of dirt here. Just to let you all know, I am indeed running the game right now on peaceful. Reason I'm doing that is just so I can give you guys a full rundown of what needs to be done without me having to be too concerned about any creatures that may appear. However, if you should choose to play on any of the other settings, do be warned that creatures will spawn at night and they will attack you. So just make sure that you are being very careful if you are going to play outside of peaceful. Alright, so let's see, I've gathered myself about 23 dirt here. I'm going to get a bit more. Get about 30 is a good amount to have to start off with. If you need to, you can always gather up some more. Alright, now the one big thing that you have to worry about in this game is depending how your map is, you need to find yourself a nice, safe, secure area to build your shelter. So I'm just going to do a little bit of adventuring here, see if I can find myself a nice place to camp out for the night. It looks like there's a nice cave over here. I'll take a look inside, see how safe it looks. Alright, this cave actually has coal in it, which is actually a very nice touch. Don't like hearing that sound around me, that scares me a little bit. Alright, let's see. So, cave actually loops around a bit, but it does look secure. It does not look like there's any real connection to anywhere deeper in the cave where there might be mobs waiting to try and eat my face off. Now, the first thing you need to do when you get to a shelter like this... Oh look, there's a village right over here. I'll get to that later, though. I'm building my own home over here. I don't need that village. What you need to do first and foremost is you need to seal off wherever it is that you're going to be staying. So since I'm going to be staying... Uh-oh. Excuse me, I fell off. Now the first thing you need to do is you have to make sure that your shelter is nice and secure. By that I mean you need to close off any way that any creatures may be able to enter. For now, I'm going to leave this one hole open simply so I can allow some illumination in here, just to protect myself and so I can see. Looks like over here I'm going to actually need some more dirt, so I'm going to gather some more of this. Alright, get a little bit more. Generally speaking, when you're making a shelter like this, you want to try to make things as wide as possible so that you have room to work. However, you do not want to make it too big that you cannot cover all the illuminated areas that need to be covered. Reason being is that while it may be your shelter, it is still possible for creatures to spawn and they will kill you. Alright, I'm just going to cut corners here a little bit just so I can get this shelter finished before nightfall. Not going to bother about that right now. Aesthetic looks do not matter when it comes to building your first shelter. Once you start getting settled in everything, you can start working on the aesthetic looks. Most people, when they play Minecraft, they'll tell you, oh, you just need to dig yourself a little pit the first night and just wait it out. I don't like doing that because to me that's a waste of time playing the game and that's a waste of space. I'd rather go in and risk my life, even just a little bit, and build myself a nice shelter knowing that I'll have room and that I'll be able to work. Make myself a little doorway here. Alright, so now we got this part of the shelter is all nice and clean. And then we have this last part over here and I'm out of dirt, so I'm gonna have to get some more. Alright, got myself some more dirt. Just gonna patch up this entrance over here. This cave actually is a rather good one. I'm actually surprised I found such a good cave like this. Reason being is that this one has multiple entrances, which is actually very good for the fact that if there should ever be a creature that gets in here, if I start to get overwhelmed, I can then protect myself by escaping through one of the many exits. Alright, now that the shelter is pretty well set up, and I can just patch up this little doorway here, should I need to. Let's see how much time we have left. Alright, so it looks like the sun's starting to go down, so I don't have too much time. Now the next thing you have to do immediately after is you need to try to find some trees. The reason being is that wood is actually your primary crafting item, and it's going to be needed a lot while you are playing. Looks like there's some trees over there. It's a bit far though for the amount of time I have left. There's one up on the mountain on there. I'll have to make that work just for the night. You can always go out and gather some more later. Oh, looks like there's another one on this mountain side here too. So I'll quickly grab this one. I'll grab the other one over there. And I think I'll head back into my shelter and try to get myself set up for the night to come. Alright, now that I got the wood from that, I'm gonna let this get destroyed quickly, try to break down as much as I can. Reason being is that this actually makes my life easier because I can pick up the saplings here, and these saplings will grow into even more trees, which will help me out with gathering wood as time goes on. Alright, that should be enough saplings for now. 6 is actually a fairly good amount. I wasn't expecting that many from one tree. Usually I only get maybe 2 or 3 at the most. Alright, I would plant the saplings now if I could.